So 2 24-kilogram kettlebells are 52 pounds each. In the men's either jerk or biathlon or clean and jerk, they have to use 2 kettlebells for men. And the lightest the men can use in competition is 16 kg if you're a veteran, and then 20 kg. So,
So
go ahead.
32.
Go ahead and show the double clean and jerk.
So long cycle?
Long cycle. Double clean and jerk is also known as long cycle in the sport. So you'll notice that when he brings the clean up, he's got to have that second knee dip. Keep in mind you're being judged on every move. You have to have a lockout at the top. His arms have to be straight, and he has to stop that bell for at least a millisecond. Breathing. When he cleans, we keep it nice and close to the body, as if there's a railroad track up the front. You don't want it to come way out and slam your arms.
Only 9.5 more minutes to go.
Yeah, 9.5 more minutes. Every rep counts. So he locks it out at the top. And you always catch your breath when you're up here, because when you got 100 pounds sitting on your chest, it's hard to breathe. So catch your breath when you're up here, get that extra breath at the top. I also like to use protective wrist guards on your wrist. It's a lot of weight on your wrist bones. Good. 9 minutes to go. All right, set them down. We'll do some jerks in a second. Okay. All right, so that's what's called the long cycle, which is also known as clean and jerk. There's also another event called biathlon. It's a 10-minute event of just jerks only, 10 minutes, and then jerks of just snatches. But as the snatch, it's one-armed only, even for men. Snatch is always just one arm. Although I do like doing double snatches for a good workout. That's a good workout. We'll do some of them after. So when Ken's ready, when he's caught his breath, as you can see, this sport is not easy to train for. For a 10-minute set, lifting the heavier kettlebells, you're going to need to train for at least 3 or 4 months, 5 times a week. You got to get under these weights, and not a lot, maybe even 20 minutes a day, 5 times a week will get you conditioned for your 10-minute set. Ken never liked to do a 10-minute set before his competition because A, it's grueling, and B, if you can last 8 minutes, you're going to last 10 minutes in a competition. That was his mentality. I like to know I can do it before I go into it. Same with the girls I teach. They like to know that they can do their 10-minute set before we hit the platform. So we do practice our 10-minute sets for our training. So Ken's going to go ahead and show you just the jerk part only. This is part of the biathlon. So imagine not just doing one 10-minute set, but 2 in the same day. So just the jerk. So he cleans it up once, and you can touch your shoulders at the top, but you have to reset them. So notice when he brings that weight down, he lifts his heels, he absorbs that weight. Because if you just pull that weight down straight down, you're wasting so much energy. You're using all your arms. So he absorbs that weight with his hips and his heels. Also, the judges are looking for that second knee dip on the jerk. Some federations aren't so picky on that. They let a push press go through, but really you should be practicing the heavy jerk. Good. We start off teaching, depending on the weight of your bell, but you're going to want to start off with 5 reps a minute. You know, depending on what your goals are, if you're a first-time competitor, or if you're going for a candidate for Master of Sport, or if you're going for Master of Sport, there are certain federations that have certain amount of reps that you must get in for your lifts. So you either need to know what you're going for, or if you're just going up on the platform just to do it for the first time. It depends on your goals. So progression is, you're going to want to practice 5 reps a minute for 2 minutes, and then the next time you train, you're going to want to go 6 reps a minute for 3 minutes. So you're going to get longer and longer every time you train. And then eventually, you're strong enough and your endurance is up that you can last that 10 minutes under that weight that you've picked to compete with. Yep, so he's going to demo, the other 10 minutes part of the biathlon is the snatch. So, and he does the snatch the same way I do, same way women do, one arm. So
Talk about staying connected too.
So, yeah, you go ahead and I'll let's see if his snatch is as good as my snatch.
People are going to talk.
So, pushing that up with his hip. At the top, he brings that down. Leads his elbow to his chest, and he pops it back up with his hips. Accepting that weight. On that little swing down, he's accepting that weight, and he's popping it back up with his hips. Straight up that tube, locking it out at the top. And that bell has to stop at the top. It must stop. It can't be, You can't just pull it up and pull it back down. It has to stop. Good. See his breathing? In, out. In, and then out again. Good. Using those hips, power with the hips. So if you're into the kettlebell sport and you're into lifting these heavy kettlebells, you're going to have the tightest glutes in town because you're squeezing your glutes. Every time you push that bell up back with your hips, you want to be connected here with here, and you're squeezing those glutes every time. Good. 2 more. 1 more. Set the bell down. Good job. Awesome. Take a break.